Hey everyone. You know all those ads always trying to sell us happiness? Well, today we're kind of flipping the script on that.
Yeah.
We're doing a deep dive into 10 luxuries you can't buy, but boost happiness. It's an article from Rich Woman magazine.
Oh, cool.
And get this, it's not about the latest gadget or a designer bag or anything like that. It's about those deeper things in life.
Right.
The things that actually make us happy for real. So are you ready to ditch the retail therapy and find some actual joy?
I am. I love how this article jumps right into a luxury. I think we're all craving more of these days. Time.
Yeah.
And it's not just about having free time. It's about what the article calls time affluence. You know, that feeling of being truly in control of your schedule.
Okay, I'm all about reclaiming my time, but I'll admit sometimes I fall into that trap of thinking,
Oh, yeah.
okay, I'll relax and enjoy myself once I finish this project.
Yes.
But then there's always another project.
Always something else.
Right. What's the science behind why feeling like we're rich in time makes us happier?
Well, researchers at Harvard Business School,
Okay.
they found that even just outsourcing small tasks or taking short intentional breaks can really significantly boost happiness. You know, think about it when you buy back some of your time.
Yeah.
You reduce your stress. You create space for activities that are meaningful to you. And you get back that feeling of control.
So it's not about magically having more hours in the day. It's about
Right.
being intentional with the hours we do have, using them in a way that aligns with what we actually value.
Exactly.
So what stood out to you from the research on this?
What I thought was really fascinating was the connection between time affluence and something the article talks about a bit later on,
Okay.
self-awareness.
Ooh.
You know, when you know what truly matters to you,
Yeah.
it makes it way easier to prioritize your time accordingly.
That's such a good point.
Yeah.
If you're not clear on your values and goals,
Yeah.
it's so easy to get caught up in everyone else's agendas.
Totally.
Okay, so next up, the article highlights good health as a luxury. And they actually dig into those blue zones,
Yeah.
like Sardinia and Okinawa,
Yeah.
places where people routinely live to be over 100.
I know, it's incredible.
Yeah, so what's their secret?
Well, it's not about, expensive treatments or fancy supplements or anything like that.
I figured.
These communities, they thrive on really simple things.
Mm.
Movement, whole foods, strong social bonds.
It really is a whole lifestyle.
It is. It's not a quick fix.
It makes me think of some of the findings from the World Happiness Report.
Oh, yeah.
The happiest countries, they tend to have really great healthcare systems
Right.
and lower stress overall.
Makes sense.
But you don't have to live in one of those blue zones to kind of embrace those principles.
Absolutely not. You can start incorporating those into your life wherever you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what about this? What's one small change
Mm.
that you think our listeners could make today to invest in their well-being?
Oh, that's a good question.
Hmm.
I mean, it could be anything, really. It could be going for a 15-minute walk, swapping out that soda for a glass of water, or even just taking 5 minutes to do some mindful breathing. It's all about those small steps.
Yeah, because those lead to the big changes.
They do.
Okay, and that kind of leads us to a luxury that I think we're all guilty of neglecting at times.
Oh, yeah.
Sleep.
Oh, absolutely.
The article doesn't sugarcoat it. We are living in a culture obsessed with productivity,
It's true.
and we often glorify burning the midnight oil.
We do, and it's a problem.
But the irony is we actually end up less productive and way less happy.
Right. It's counterproductive.
Exactly. And get this, UC Berkeley did research on this.
Okay.
And they found that sleep deprivation can zap your happiness by 30%.
Wow. 30%.
That's crazy, right?
That's a lot.
But on the flip side, deep sleep,
Yeah.
that boosts your mood, it sharpens your memory, and it even acts like a natural antidepressant.
I did not know that.
It's wild. Okay, I'm putting my phone down an hour before bed starting tonight.
Good for you.
So what are some practical tips that you would recommend for making sleep a non-negotiable?
Okay, well, first off, I'd say consistency is key. Set a regular sleep schedule for yourself,
Okay.
and then create a calming bedtime routine.
Like what kind of things?
Oh, like taking a warm bath, reading a book,
Yeah.
maybe some light stretching,
Okay.
anything that helps you unwind.
Yeah.
And then make sure you optimize your sleep environment.
Okay.
Keep it cool, dark, and quiet.
Makes sense.
And if you're consistently struggling with sleep, talk to your doctor or a healthcare professional.
Yeah.
There might be some underlying issues that need to be addressed.
Yeah, this next luxury is backed by some really fascinating research.
Oh, yeah.
The power of meaningful relationships.
I love this one.
The article brings up this study called the Harvard Study of Adult Development,
Okay.
and they've been tracking participants for almost a century.
Wow, a century. That's incredible.
I know, it's amazing. So what have they found?
Well, the key finding, and this is powerful stuff, close supportive relationships are the strongest predictor of both happiness and longevity,
Really?
even more than wealth or genes.
Wow, that is powerful. But here's the catch, right? In our digital age, it's so easy to get lost in a sea of superficial connections.
That's true.
So how do we actually cultivate those deeper, more meaningful relationships when everyone's so busy and distracted?
It takes effort, for sure.
Yeah.
But, prioritizing quality time with loved ones, offering genuine support,
Yeah.
engaging in activities that actually foster a connection.
Okay.
These are all key. Putting down the phone and just really being present with the people you care about is a great place to start.
That's so true. We really have to be intentional about nurturing those bonds.
Yeah.
Not letting them fizzle out,
Yeah,
amidst the chaos of life.
right, exactly.
So we've explored 4 incredible luxuries so far: time, affluence, health, sleep.
Don't forget those meaningful relationships.
Yes, and we're just getting started. The article goes on to unpack 6 more of these intangible treasures, all offering different perspectives on what it means to live a rich, fulfilling life.
I can't wait to hear about them.
Even if your bank account isn't overflowing.
That's what matters.
Exactly.
So let's dive into that next luxury, financial freedom.
Okay.
And this isn't about, becoming a millionaire or anything. It's
No.
about having enough to cover your needs and not worry constantly about money.
Okay, I'm with you. The article mentions a study from Princeton.
Yeah.
They found that happiness does increase with income, but only up to a certain point.
Right.
Like after that, more money doesn't actually equal more happiness.
It's diminishing returns.
Exactly.
Oh.
So what is that sweet spot?
Well, the study found it was around $75,000 a year.
Okay.
That's where the correlation starts to weaken. It's not about, having some extravagant lifestyle. It's about having that peace of mind,
Right.
knowing you can cover your basic needs, and you have a little cushion for unexpected expenses.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's all about reducing that financial stress,
Exactly.
which can be a huge drain on happiness. But even if we're not quite at that $75,000 mark yet,
Right.
there are still things we can do to feel more financially secure.
Oh, absolutely. It's
Yeah.
about taking control of your finances.
Yeah.
Creating a budget, paying down debt, saving for the future.
Okay.
Those actions can really create a feeling of empowerment, no matter what your income level is.
So it's not just about the number in your bank account. It's
Yeah.
about feeling in control of your financial future.
I like that.
Yeah. Which kind of brings us to another fascinating luxury, freedom of choice.
Yes.
And the article cites a Gallup World Poll for this one.
Oh, wow.
They surveyed people in over 155 countries.
It's a lot of people.
I know, it's huge. And they found a direct connection between having autonomy and feeling satisfied with life.
Okay.
People who felt like they had choices in their lives,
Yeah.
whether it was in their careers, their relationships, their daily routines,
Yeah.
they were just happier.
Yeah, when you feel trapped or forced into situations,
Yeah.
it's tough to be happy.
It is, but what about those times when we don't have a lot of external choices? Can we still cultivate that sense of freedom?
Absolutely. This is where self-awareness comes in again.
Look.
It's about, focusing on the choices that you do have,
Right.
even if they seem small.
Okay.
So choosing how you respond to a challenging situation, choosing to focus on the positive, choosing to invest in your own well-being.
I like that.
These are all powerful ways to exercise self-determination.
So it's about finding that inner freedom,
Exactly.
no matter what's going on around you.
Yeah, you have more control than you think.
All right. Next up, we have a luxury that's close to my heart:
Oh, I love it.
living your purpose.
Yes.
The article talks about this Japanese concept,
Okay.
ikigai.
I've heard of that.
It translates to reason for being.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And studies have shown that people who have a strong sense of purpose,
Yeah.
they tend to live longer, and they're generally happier.
That makes sense.
They even found a link between having a strong ikigai and living 7 years longer.
7 years.
I know. I need to find my ikigai, right now.
Me too.
But seriously, how do we even start to figure out what our purpose is?
Well, it can feel overwhelming, but it's really about exploration.
Okay.
Explore your passions,
Okay.
your values. What are you naturally good at?
Mm.
What kind of problems do you want to solve in the world?
Okay.
It's not always like a sudden realization.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a gradual process.
Yeah.
You experiment and explore.
So you kind of discover it along the way.
Exactly.
And it doesn't have to be some grand world-changing mission either,
Yeah,
right?
at all.
It could be about being a great parent, a supportive friend,
Right.
or bringing beauty into the world through your art.
Exactly. The key is to find what resonates with you.
Yeah.
Something that allows you to tap into your unique talents
Okay.
and make a positive impact on the world, however big or small.
Okay, I love that. Now, this next luxury is something I personally swear by: spending time in nature.
Ah, yes.
Honestly, nothing clears my head and boosts my mood like a good hike in the woods.
You know what? It's not just you.
Right.
There's actual science to back it up.
No way.
A University of Exeter study.
Okay.
They found that spending at least 120 minutes a week in nature
2 hours a week?
significantly improves well-being.
Wow.
And it doesn't have to be, a big wilderness trek or anything.
Yay.
A walk in the park, gardening, even just sitting under a tree for a bit.
Okay.
These can all do wonders.
I think it's so interesting.
What's that?
In a world that's constantly telling us to buy more stuff,
Yeah.
nature is this free, readily available luxury.
It's true.
It's a good reminder that sometimes the simplest things are actually the most powerful.
Absolutely. It's about reconnecting with the natural world.
Yeah.
Slowing down.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciating the beauty around us.
Okay.
And, escaping that constant digital stimulation for a while.
Mm-hmm. So true. Okay, nature's amazing, but I'm also a big believer in the power of a curious mind.
Me too.
The article highlights lifelong learning as a key luxury.
I love that.
I'm always reading, taking courses, trying new things.
Keep learning.
I can't get enough.
That's the spirit.
But doesn't it get harder to learn new things as we get older?
Yeah.
I mean, our brains aren't as sponge-like as they were when we were kids.
That's a common misconception.
It is.
Our brains do change as we age.
Yeah.
But they keep this amazing ability to learn and adapt
Oh, wow.
throughout our lives.
So we can still learn new things.
Absolutely. The key is to challenge ourselves.
Okay.
Step outside of our comfort zones.
Right.
And embrace new experiences.
So it's not about, memorizing facts for a test.
Right.
It's about staying curious, exploring new interests,
Yeah.
and challenging our perspectives.
I love that.
And finally, we come to a luxury that I think kind of ties everything together:
Okay, what's that?
self-awareness.
Oh, that's a good one.
The article connects this back to the World Happiness Report,
Okay.
which found that people in the happiest countries,
Yeah.
they tend to really prioritize personal freedom.
Interesting.
And self-awareness is the foundation of that freedom.
It is. It's about understanding your values,
Okay.
your needs, your strengths, your weaknesses.
Gotcha.
Knowing yourself allows you to make choices
Yeah.
that are truly aligned with who you are,
Okay.
not what society or other people expect of you.
So it's about living intentionally, creating a life that feels authentic to you,
Exactly.
not trying to fit into someone else's mold.
Right. You are your own person.
This self-awareness isn't something we just automatically have, right?
Right. It takes work.
Like how?
Well, it's an ongoing journey of self-discovery.
Okay.
It's about paying attention to your thoughts,
Okay.
your emotions, your behaviors,
Right.
how you interact with the world around you.
So we have to be more mindful.
Exactly. Practices like mindfulness journaling, seeking feedback from people you trust. These can all be really helpful in deepening self-awareness.
It's like that saying, the unexamined life is not worth living.
Yeah, I love that one.
We have to take the time to understand ourselves,
Right.
our values, our motivations.
Yeah.
If we want to create a life that feels truly meaningful and fulfilling.
And once you have that foundation of self-awareness,
Okay.
you can start to cultivate all those other amazing luxuries we've been talking about.
It all comes back to that.
It's all connected.
Okay, so we've explored all 10 luxuries from this Rich Woman magazine article.
We have. They're pretty incredible.
They are. We talked about time, affluence, health, sleep.
Oh, yeah, those meaningful relationships.
Yes. And then financial freedom, freedom of choice.
Living your purpose.
Exactly. Spending time in nature, a curious mind, and of course, self-awareness.
What a list.
It is quite a list. I'm feeling inspired.
Me too.
What's so striking to me is how interconnected all of these luxuries really are.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, cultivating one of these luxuries often ends up strengthening some of the others.
It's true.
Like, if you start prioritizing sleep,
Yeah.
that can boost your mood and your energy levels,
Right.
which then makes it easier to nurture those meaningful relationships.
Exactly.
Even pursue your passions.
So it's kind of like this ripple effect.
It is.
One positive change can lead to a whole bunch of other
A
benefits.
cascade of good stuff.
I like that. But I think the biggest takeaway for me from this whole deep dive is that happiness isn't something we just stumble upon.
Sure.
It's something we have to actively cultivate.
That's a good way to put it.
It's about those conscious choices we make,
Right.
and investing in these intangible treasures.
It's about shifting our focus from what we don't have
Okay.
to what we do have.
I like that.
It's about appreciating the simple joys in life.
Yeah, the article actually made a really interesting point about this.
Oh, yeah.
It talked about how happiness is often marketed to us
You did.
as something that we can buy.
Like a product.
Exactly. But the real luxuries, the ones that actually lead to lasting joy,
Yeah.
those are the ones that we cultivate from within.
It all comes back to that inner work.
I think it's such a powerful message, especially in a world that's, constantly trying to sell us quick fixes and instant gratification.
Of all the kind.
So it's a good reminder to slow down,
Yeah.
to appreciate those simple but really profound things in life,
Exactly.
and focus on what actually nourishes us on a deeper level.
Love that.
I know we've covered a ton of information today,
We have.
and it can feel a little overwhelming.
Right.
So to wrap things up, I want to leave you all with one simple question.
Okay. I'm ready.
Out of all these 10 luxuries we talked about today, which one resonates with you the most right now?
That's a good question.
Yeah, which one are you feeling inspired to cultivate more in your own life?
Think about it.
And hey, maybe you're already rocking some of these.
Yeah.
If you are, we'd love to hear your tips and insights.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Share them with us on social media, and let's keep this conversation going.
I love it.
Just remember, even the smallest steps can make a big difference.
That's the truth.
So start with just one small change this week.
Okay.
Maybe schedule that 20-minute walk in nature.
Yeah.
Or set a bedtime alarm.
Good one.
Or reach out to a friend you haven't talked to in a while.
Those are all great.
And don't forget, we've got a link to that full article from Rich Woman magazine.
Oh, yeah.
Shown in the show notes, so you can dive even deeper into all these great insights.
Awesome resource.
Until next time, keep seeking, keep exploring, and keep diving deep into the things that matter most.
And remember, true happiness isn't a destination. It's a journey.
So well said.
A journey that we can all choose to embark on one step at a time.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.